Good afternoon. Welcome once again to Mondays with Marty. Marty is here with me. I'm Cassie Nilsson. I did just get married and I'm still getting used to saying that. And tonight we're going to talk about dog toys. So everybody knows what dog toys are, and there's always a bunch to pick from at our stores, at any store, really. And it can be kind of difficult to pick which toy to use. There are differences. Some dogs like certain types of toys more than others. But the bottom line is it's really good to have a variety of different toys because it's able to encourage behaviors, different types of natural behaviors in your dog. So we're just going to do a quick little run through of the different toy options and what the pros and cons of them are. And I'll show you some of Marty's favorite toys. So the first toy we're going to talk about is actually a combination toy. These are the dirty toys that we're going to show you are all Marty's toys because I thought that would be the best way to kind of show you what I like to do with him. So this is both a tug toy because it's long, it's thin, there's no stuffing, but it's also a squeaky toy. So Marty likes squeaky toys and Marty likes tugging. But when Marty was a puppy, to almost teach him to tug. He was not a tugger when he was a puppy. However, I wanted to be able to incorporate toys in training, so I worked on kind of encouraging him to tug because I wanted this to be a fun thing, a fun reward for him when we start training. And I'll show you in a minute. Drop it. Good boy. So what you can do, sit. Good. Wait. We'll see if he waits. Okay. So that's some impulse control using a toy. And he has a great reward. And then he wants to come back and play. You can also use toys when practicing proximity and attentiveness and healing. But this is a tug and a squeaky toy. The noise is a big thing for a lot of dogs, so it kind of gets their attention as well. And they like to make the noise. It gives them an opportunity to, so it kind of sounds like an animal dying, but it encourages that natural behavior of activating and chasing. Okay, drop it. Good boy. So another toy is of course balls. So this is Marty's favorite toy. He has loved balls since he was just even a puppy. And he's not a retriever, but he still really likes to chase. So we have balls a lot in our household, and Marty will actually play by himself with balls. He'll drop them, he'll chase them, he'll pounce on them. Drop it. Okay. So those, it's good for him. I really like having balls for him because he'll play with himself. So he doesn't need me to be entertaining him. It's kind of encouraging him to entertain himself. And he likes to pounce on them and use his feet a lot. He's always been very tactile. So it gets his shoulders working, it gets his balance because, they're lifting up one foot and having to actively push it down versus just walking. So it's encouraging him or helping build those muscles and that balance. It's also good to have some outside toys that just live outside. So this is actually a horse toy. Jolly Ball which is why it's so big, horses can grab a hold of this. I like to use it for Marty. They do make a dog one of these. However, the rubber is actually a lot harder, so it's harder for him to bite onto it. But I'll leave this outside, and again, he'll just go out and play with it by himself. He'll roll it around with his nose, he'll shake it. He tries to bite all over it. It's just a good way, because dogs like to have fun. They like to move around. They want to be doing stuff. And with us having them in small yards and in houses, that's when they can get destructive, when they don't have something to do. So by having some different toy options around, you're giving them something to do, even if you aren't able to actively interact with them all the time. So this is one of his other favorite toys. Again, still in the ball shape, but the little handle is really good for him because he grabs onto it. He has one at home that this is replacing because he's pretty well ripped the handle off. But, again, you can see he wants to play. So by having these toys out in the yard, I'll let him out. We'll use the bathroom. and then he'll grab a hold of his Jolly Ball and start playing with it on his own. So, and then it's also good to have, if you want to use toys for training, to have a toy that only comes out when you're training. So this toy, it's both a tug toy and a nice round toy, and this is our training toy. So this toy, he only gets this toy when we're training, which makes it super special. It's like getting a new toy, you know, whenever we go training. So it's good to have a specific training toy, because then your dog starts to associate that toy with working. Come here, buddy. Come here. Right here. Come on. So we'll do a little healing, and then I'll show you how you can do some healing with toys. You ready? Ready to heal? Okay. So we took a couple steps, and then he chased the toy. So he knows that if he heals for a couple steps, he'll get to have a good time. And again, it's all about keeping it fun. Sit. Good. Ready to heal. Okay. And I say a release word, so he knows he's allowed to run after it. But with him, he is actually more toy motivated than he is treat motivated. So I try and incorporate a lot of different toy play in our training, because it keeps him much more engaged. And then when we're done training, drop it, the toy goes away. So we've got our tug toy, and then this is just a plush toy. This is one that just lives in our house. It's got a squeaker in it. It's soft, it's squishy, so he likes to bite it. And he has a pretty soft mouth, so I do like to have some of those around. They do have a tendency to get destroyed, but again, it is a natural behavior. So although I don't love it when I have stuffing all over my house and I have to buy them new toys, because toys can be expensive, it is a natural behavior, and they are having a good time doing it. So I do feel a little bad getting upset about it. And although I don't like spending more money on new toys, he gets so happy when he gets new toys. So I do like to buy him new toys. But a good way to get that happy feeling from your dog of getting a new toy is to rotate your toys. So I could have, I could put out, you know, these 3 toys for a month, and then put them away so he can't get them, and pick 3 new toys and put them out, and just rotate them on a monthly basis. And for him, there'll be new toys every other month, whereas I'm not spending money on new toys every other month. It's just keeping it more interesting for him. So thinking about little kids, when you put them in new environments and with new stuff, it encourages their brains to start working, like what can I do with this? What fun thing can I associate with this object? And it's the same thing with dogs. So that's a quick overview on dog toys. If you have any questions, let us know. If you want some help picking out toys, feel free to come visit us and bring your dog with you, because that's a good way to test out toys with your dog, and we will happily do that. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in a couple weeks.